I'm obsessed with magical book series set in peculiar places. Miss Peregrine's is set in an orphanage. Percy Jackson is set at summer camp. And the book series that shall not be named is set in a boarding school. Pokémon Violet is the first game in the Pokémon series set in a boarding school. But there are so many other book series set in boarding schools. Vampire Academy is the one that I'm obsessed with. And Rose Hathaway is obsessed with getting her best friend Vasilisa Dragomir out of St. Vladimir's academy. At the end of freshman year, Lissa went through a real-life nightmare when she lost her parents and older brother in a car accident. Rose and Lissa were in the car too, and they're the only two who survive. And now, Rose is having nightmares too. Her nightmares don't happen only when she's asleep. She sees visions when she's awake too. But they're more than just visions. They're dark feelings that belong to somebody else. Lissa. Rose isn't sure what's happening with Lissa, why her feelings are so dark, and she isn't sure why she's so connected to Lissa. Shadow-kissed. But she gets a scary warning about Lissa from her teacher, Miss Carp. It's just too bad Miss Carp decided to become a Strigoi just after she warned Rose to take Lissa away from the school. The Strigoi are the monsters of the vampire world. It's a disease that can be spread, and some people choose to accept the disease to rid themselves of the darkness. You could say the students of Uva Academy deal with their own sort of Strigoi. They get to leave the school on an adventure of their own to experience these pocket monsters. Only Pokemon are Strigoi that learn to work with you, the student who gets to decide how she wants to experience them. There are many paths you can take in the open world of Paldea. I want to take them all. I want to take Starfall Street and bring down Team Star. I want to take the Path of Legends and save Arven's Mabostiff, and of course I want to take Victory Road and become the Pokemon champion of Paldea. I want to take over Paldea. The Strigoi want to take over the vampire world, but Rose just wants to save her best friend. That's why she leaves St. Vladimir's Academy with Lissa. They hit the road, traveling as far from the school as they can. They wake up in Oregon from their nightmares, Lissa starving. Lissa is a Moroi, a pure-blood vampire. She isn't a demon, but she still lives off of blood. St. Vladimir's and the world of the Moroi offer feeders. Human volunteers who allow the Moroi to feed off them. The Moroi never bleed out a feeder. That's the first step to becoming a Strigoi. But in Oregon, Lissa doesn't have a feeder available. She only has Rose. Rose is a Dampier, and she was a student of St. Vladimir's to train to become Lissa's guardian. But in Oregon and on the road, Rose is Lissa's feeder. The feeding takes Rose's nightmares away as she enters into a world of bliss. But it isn't bliss when they find her. In the middle of the night, a group of guardians sent by their school comes to take them back. Rose tries to fight them off, but they have far more training than she does, and it's Dimitri that carries her away. You didn't think the story was going to be without love, did you? Dimitri is the dashing 27-year-old guardian that takes on training Rose. In Paldea, you have many trainers. Cassiopeia heads the path to take down Team Star. Arvin leads you through the path to get through the Titans, and Nimona follows you on the path, fighting the Pokemon Gems. Cassiopeia and Arvin are mysterious, but they aren't love interests, and Nimona just wants to be the Lissa to your Rose. Lissa finds love too. She finds it in her heart to make a spot for Christian, the St. Vladimir student that hides in the shadows. His parents chose to become Strigoi, and everybody believes that darkness lives in his heart too. But Lissa sees the light in him. It's possible that she sees it in his fire, his chosen element. Every Moroi has a chosen element, but Lissa has yet to find hers. She can perform small feats of each of the 4 elements, fire included, yet none of the elements have called out to her in more power. She seems to have powers different from the other Moroi. She's brought small animals from the dead. She's healed small injuries on Rose. Is it possible that she's brought Rose from the dead? Is it possible that her chosen element isn't one of the 4 the other Moroi can do, but a special 5th one? One that hasn't been revealed to the other Moroi? There was one Moroi who tried to reveal it to Rose. Sonia Carp could also bring animals back from the dead. Sonia had darkness in her spirit. Spirit, shadow-kissed, Sonia learned these secrets from her research on St. Vladimir, a spirit user and his shadow-kissed guardian, Anna. Rose and Lissa have a lot of their own research to discover who Lissa is, and to discover the love among them. We may spend most of our time in Paldea away from Uva Academy, but we still do plenty of research on our own. Research to discover the love between Pokemon and trainers. Training Pokemon is more than just teaching them how to fight. Team Star members, Titans, Pokemon champions. It is building a relationship with them, to work side by side with them. It is building a mutual love. There's so much to build in Paldea, and soon there is going to be so much more. We're just about to have the first part of our Pokémon Violet and Scarlet DLC. The Teal Mask will take place in Kitakami during the Festival of Masks. It sounds like the same kind of celebration as the school dance Rose and Lissa get to attend during the climax of the first Vampire Academy book. But let's just hope it doesn't end with us in the same situation they ended up in. And at the end of the year, we will be getting the second part of the DLC. The Indigo Disc takes place at an entirely different school. Blueberry Academy is a school in the middle of the ocean. It will offer us new places, new people, and new Pokemon. It's just like the beginning of the second Vampire book when Rose and Lissa meet students from other academies during their trip to the mountains. Snow is the same as water, right? After all, neither one is thicker than blood. I am enjoying making this series talking about books and video games and comparing them. I want to keep making them, but I need more views, more likes, and subscriptions. And if you want to check out me playing Pokemon Violet, you can follow my Twitch streams in the description.